What's up, everybody? Doug Lane here, Fast Lane Car Care. We got the Ford Fusion in the bay. I just want to take a second to show you guys this. I already put the light meter on this. Basically, this is a strip and retint. Young lady that's driving it has to roll the windows down at night, so we need to put something lighter on there. So obviously, we got to know what we have in order to put something lighter on there. So windshield strip, she's a whopping 47%. She's doing a real good job blocking less than half the heat. We got that special Starlight Galaxy tint right there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, all the specs. Anyway, the doors 12.5% on the front, back doors 7%. Now you can see we got just a hue of green right here, and then this yellowish look. We got the I don't know. Is this a three-piece? Is this a separate piece? 1, 2, 3? Because if it was overlapped, you'd only have one seam. If it was one piece. So anyway, this is what we have on this. This was like 19%, something like that. We got some defects, not terrible, on the back glass. So what I think has happened, judging by the fading of this film on the back half versus the film on the front half. So I don't know if you can see that. They creased it right there. But we got a gap here. And I don't know. It's not tucked in super deep. But then I did notice on the front doors, I don't know if that's plotter cut or not. We got a little light gap in there, a couple light gaps in there. But yeah, they're a little short. I'd have liked to have seen it a little bit longer, but I don't know, man. Like for a split second, I was like, man, I don't know. Is this one that I tinted? Because I pulled it in at night. And then when I saw that, I was like, no, I've never done that. Yeah, man, lots of specs. We got a little side finger there. More specs. Like, what is that? I'm not sure if that was old glue or something. But, yeah, basically, I think this car's been redone. We got, like, a hair in there. A little pinch or crease. More dust. Look at this beaut. I hope that shows up. Back window, other than that little bit there, and it looks like we've cut it short, which these deck lids are a pain, so, you know, I won't fault them for that. I'm still tripping over the three-piece thing, man. Like, I don't know. More dust, lots more dust. More dust. Yeah, more dust. We have a little bit of damage here, which we're not going to blame the tint guys for. We're just mainly documenting that. I don't know, maybe we can just push that back into place. Push that seal back into place. Dude, check this out. There's legit spider webs in here. I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but light gap. I saw this when I was cleaning the glass too. Check this out. Freaking dead spider in there just hanging out, man. Just hanging out. So anyway, I gotta get to work. Well, let's check out the top edge. Let's see what we got for the top edge here. Let's see what we got. Oh, the key's a little finicky and looks like we're missing our lock cover. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let's bump this. Let's not get copyright strike. Oh, she's a custom fade job, so she might have started out as a 5% and faded out. Not terrible on the top edge. Pretty much the same deal there, but I'm gonna guess. I don't want to go all the way up. Oh, look at that. I don't know. Can you see that? You see that big? Low tire pressure. That's fine. Oh, man. She is the custom fade jobbers. That one's probably going to be a pain. unless that switch works better, but I don't want it to go all the way up every time I hit the button. But what year is this old gal? She's a 13, so I mean, she's been around the block a few times, but I do want to give it credit. Whatever film this is, I've had so many tinters and so many people say, oh, well, the Ford Fusions, they'll all bubble up. They always bubble up. I've never had one of mine bubble up, and I don't know, whatever this is, it's faded out. It's faded way clear. This tint's faded. Everything's faded, but there's no adhesive failure. So, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get back to work, and just wanted to take you guys on a real quick walk around. And I think we're going to do 35% all the way around. Just a nice little something to make it look tinted. So you know it looks tinted, but not so bad you got to roll your windows down and all that stuff. So stick around. I'll bring you back for the finished product. All right, do a little update here on this Fusion. Got the back glass done. Whoa. Got the back glass done. We did 35%. Very interesting. I did have to pull the deck lid out of this. I don't really like doing that, but it's honestly usually not too big of a deal. For whatever reason, passenger side always comes apart easier than driver side. There's a pin up at the top. That's a whole different video. So I know that we talked earlier about how it was like 3-pieced up in here. So let me show you. I saved the pattern. The customer ended up telling me, because I messaged him and let him know about some different shade options once I light metered everything. This was the original tint that's about 8 years old, and then it started fading or whatever. So instead of removing it, I guess they had somebody they know tint over it, which is why this was 2-pieced. So basically, this film came off, and I thought, oh heck yeah, man, sweet woo. But then this happened. Once I realized, I thought it was just the glue, or like, I don't know, it looked kind of weird on the inside. And I started noticing like this deal, like the film, like the pigment or whatever coming off of it. And I was like, oh man. But it was actually stuck to this tint. And then this tint, even though I steamed it and everything, it ended up leaving all the glue behind. So we literally had to do the entire back window. And then also the back doors were double layered too. So I know I showed you guys like the fade and the, you know, a little bit earlier I showed you guys how faded it was at the top versus the bottom, all that good stuff. But then once I started steaming it and everything, once I started looking at the corners, this is my new tint obviously, up here in these corners you can see it was double layered. So the back doors actually left behind all this stuff as well. Quarter windows, double layered. So basically the back half of this car started fading and then they just tinted over it. So yeah, slowest removal I've done in a long time, but I'm also not rushing. It didn't really matter to me. Like even if I got it done, it's 3 o'clock. Even if I had it done right now, they're not going to come and get it, you know, till X time, so it doesn't really matter. But also, when you're doing everything yourself, scheduling appointments and all that stuff, it, you know, stuff really eats up your day. But yeah, it's mainly just glue removal on this back half. The front half looks like it's going to be pretty good. I'm going to gator blade it, obviously, just, you know, just double check everything real good, because last thing I want to do is lay this film and then there have glue specks or chunks or whatever in it. That'll annoy me. And one thing I should have probably done, since these are felt seals, I probably should have taped them, but I've cleaned them pretty well, obviously, because I had to get the glue and junk out. And I'm just going to bottom load them. I bottom load the car anyway, because got the seals out of it and everything for getting all the glue off. So we'll bottom load it and we'll see if we can get it clean. If we can get it clean without taping it on the first one, then we'll just go ahead and send the rest of them. If we end up getting a bunch of trash in our tint, we got to redo the pattern, then we'll just drop all the windows and we'll put some tape on there, some seal tape. And Somebody's gonna ask in the comments, I know. Seam tape. It's just this, I got the Home Depot brand, Everbuilt or whatever, but you can get Tyvek. You can get the Lowe's brand. It doesn't matter. You could probably use packing tape, honestly. Packing tape would probably work just fine. Yeah. And that's all I got for you right now, guys. I'm going to get the rest of this car done and get on with the rest of my day. But I'll bring you back for the finished product. Stay tuned. All right, guys. We're back. You ready to see this finished product? It's 35 all the way around. We just did a 20% strip. Just I felt like 20 is a little bit too light for a strip. Like I said, man, it's a new driver or whatever. Mom was concerned about the tint being too dark, so we wanted something that you could tell it was tinted, but not something that was so dark you're gonna have to roll your windows down to see at night. Man, it took forever, way longer than I wanted to, but I mean, came out pretty great. There is one little spot of clear tint that got left here, about the size of my pinky nail. You probably can't even see it really. About the size of my pinky nail. It is what it is. I'm leaving it. You can hate me if you want. And then I did get right there. The camera probably won't focus on it, but there's a little, I don't know, a little speck of something in there, but 160-some thousand mile car. It sat for a couple of years. It's got spider webs in it, multiple layers of tint. That little bit, man, that's good enough. It's good enough. The tint, I'm gonna guarantee you, is gonna outlive this car. But that's all I got, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next video.